So this week we used the story of Moses kind of as the backdrop for our conversation about your purpose. Because God had his hand all over Moses' life right from the very beginning. You remember the story, Rock, how he gets put in the basket and sent down the river? Okay, good. Just making sure you went because we go to the same church. And so, he gets delivered from that because, God was looking out for him. He ends up in the palace of Pharaoh where he gets the best of everything, highly educated. But then God not only provided for him, but he was also preparing him to lead his people at the time. And so God's preparing you for what God is preparing for you was the thing, which he never sends you into something unprepared. Even the times of waiting have a purpose. Moses' life wasn't perfect. Moses had a time out where he had to flee from Pharaoh and hide in the wilderness. But even there, God was preparing him for the next 40 years. He was educating him in not only leadership, but the next phase where he is wandering around in the wilderness. So he spent time in the wilderness, and then he had to lead the children of Israel for 40 years in the wilderness. The things that don't seem good sometimes in our lives are the things that we need ultimately to prepare us.
He learned leadership from going to Egypt and learning all of those things so that he could lead the Israelites. And when I heard this sermon, it made me think about my own situation. I worked at a daycare before I got here at Way FM, and I thought, you know what? God was preparing me for long suffering, a lot of crying, a lot of babyish attitude.
And some smelling.
And here we are today.
So what can we take away from the story of Moses? You were born for a purpose. You're not an accident, and God does everything with intentionality. So, many of us struggle to find our purpose, and here's where I'm going to blow your mind. Whether you are in a place of palatial excess, like the first half of Moses' life, or whether you're living in the barren wilderness like the second half of Moses' life, here's the simple truth of purpose. Our purpose is to know God and to make him known. That's it. I know, exactly. It's so simple. We make it so hard. But no matter what stage of life you're in, if that is your goal, your life is going to work better when we understand that our purpose is the desire to know him and make him known. And that will make the good times feel even sweeter and the bad times feel less senseless.